Hello everybody and welcome, it's V Dan here. So glad that you can tune into another video. Today I'm going to show you how to go and get yourselves 2 first strikes on this half cash boss. So this strategy was sent to me by Feed Me Pie, who's a good friend of mine. So a big shout out to him for helping because this is pretty tough. I'd actually say in comparison to all the other bosses I've done, this is up there with one of the hardest tier 1s to do. And then I'm guessing the rest should be relatively straightforward, although I did just fail a insta-kill all tier run by messing up tier 5. So that's a really annoying thing, and I've had to, go and restart, and I just quickly filmed this farming video. So what we're doing is we're starting with a dart, then Geraldo and an NFT down on round 2. Once you've got that set up, you will be fine to go AFK until round 10. Now, it's important to notice the placements of Geraldo and the dart. It is actually very, very sensitive, okay? Also, I've got the dart on last and Geraldo on strong. Kind of do the micro preferences that you prefer, but this is always a good bet. So now all we're going to do is just speed through the rounds, and we're going to proceed to go and get our first farm at the end of round 11. So this is really interesting because you really feel the effects of the decreased eco to start with. I mean, I know that it says half cash, but really it almost seems like it's like exponentially damped in some kind of way. It ends up probably being like a quarter or a fifth of what you normally get. So you feel very, very broke, and that's why the strategy has to be quite adventurous, and also it is going to be a little bit annoying because there's some RNG involved. But also, I have just moved house with my partner Vanshika, so we're in a completely new building, which is absolutely awesome. We've got a lovely little flat together, so more privacy now, can focus on my PhD, and I'm looking forward to being able to record comfortably in our new home. Okay, so we've got the farm down, and now all we're going to do is wait until we can go and get a turret down. Now, this turret is actually extremely kind of precise as well. You need it to be as far left and at the bottom as you can on this square, okay? Now, you can get this down during round 13, but what I recommend you doing is seeing if you can defeat round 13 just with your dart and Geraldo placement. Because if you can do round 13 fine with where your dart and Geraldo are, then that probably means that you've got the correct spots, okay? So do a little spot check, because it will end up hindering you later on down the road. So like you see, I took my time there. Now we're gonna go and get this turret down on last, and I believe actually I've got Geraldo on first instead of strong, so my mistake there, I lied. But I don't think it should make, honestly, that much of a difference this early game. But yeah, sorry, my head's a bit fried from doing a previous run that I've given up on, so I just did a quick rerun to do the farming, and I did make a couple mistakes here, but it will show you everything you need to do because you've got very little margin of error, so you cannot really miss any ticks from the banana farms, okay? So you need to make sure that as you go along with me, you have got pretty much a one-to-one correspondence with exactly how much money I've got. Or if you're even better, then, you're doing great. But if you're a casual player, try and get a one-to-one correspondence. This means on round 18, you're going to have to make sure to upgrade it mid-round to get that extra tick out of it there. You don't want to be a minus 10 short, because trust me, that makes a difference on round 39, which is by far probably the hardest round in this to execute without getting any penalty, and also just out of the kind of speed that you need to micro as well, okay? So not very friendly at all, but it feels very satisfying once you have done it, so you've just got to persevere. On round 20, sorry that I didn't say there, I always put the turret on first if there's any issues, and then we can just switch it back to last. We can breeze through 21, and now we can breeze through 22 as well, but I'm going to put it on slow speed in anticipation for that I'm going to have to place a farm mid-round during round 23. Now, this round will involve some micro. As you can see, I had to reload it, but don't worry, I will show you everything. And if you are following the placements that I'm doing, then the targeting options are also quite specific. So we're going to change the dart monkey from last to strong. Then we've got Geraldo on first and the turret on last, okay? Now we're going to get 4 ticks from this farm and then instantly place down another banana farm in that location there. That's important because we need to fit a discount village between. Now we're going to quickly switch the turret from last to first, just to make sure we don't get overwhelmed, and we should have picked up everything. Okay, so that's all you need to do for 23. It'll take a bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be fine. Now we can go and change the turret and dart back to last. And of course, we're going to encounter a camo. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a nail spike right next to Geraldo. Now, if you want to really try hard here, and this is something that I'd recommend if you want to make life easier, but it will add more effort, is if you can just defend this spike pile with all your life, okay? Do some targeting micro and stuff, and make sure you keep that pile as big as you can. then you'll be able to do round 37 without having to buy any more nails and save £50, okay? So that is actually a very important thing to do if you want to make your life easier for yourself when you get to round 39, but it makes your life a bit harder getting to that point. So I thought I'd omit that step just in this tutorial, just because I think it's already getting a little bit complicated, and as you'll see, it's only going to ramp up a little bit more, okay? But like I said, you can defend these nails with quite a lot of precision, and that will end up being beneficial if you do that. Okay, so now we can breeze through these rounds. During round 26 or 27, you can go and make sure you get a bomb shooter, set him on strong, and now you can just fly through until the end of round 30. And then once this is done, the fun will begin, because now we're going to have to stall and get an IMF farm. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a discount village in between these two farms, get them both to 202, and now we can go and sell them and go and proceed to buy a 040 farm in range of the village, and now you can sell it. Also sell the bomb shooter, we do not need it now. You should have exactly 2,960 left over once you've placed a glue and creepy idol, okay? The positioning of the creepy idol is very important as well, and now you're going to have to deposit as quickly as you can into the IMF. Now, the idol will give you some RNG, but basically the idea is we want to stall as much as possible without getting a penalty. So just like I did there, we managed to get a decent amount of stalling going on. Exact same for round 32. This should be a bit easier than round 31, because honestly, round 31 can be a real pain. So just have a little bit of perseverance with it. And then just make sure that you're keeping your eyes focused on where the balloons are, that you're not getting a terrible kind of knockback that's a bit too late, that's going to give you a penalty. Okay, so as you can see, we're just about to go and complete round 32, and we did it with a nice stall there, which is going to enable us to get the IMF loan ability really quite tightly during this round, where we're going to have to now go and put a camo potion immediately down on Geraldo. As you can see, the timing there is very tight, because we do not want a glued yellow camo balloon to leak through, because that's more than likely going to accrue a penalty. And then deposit as quickly as you can back into the IMF, okay? So you've got to be really, really on it with your kind of ability timings and your awareness. And then for round 34, this is a very important round as well. We need to stall this really heavily, as much as you can. And for some reason, I had success with setting the dart monkey on close. Now, you also don't need to be doing any more depositing right now, but what you need to just focus on is just trying to find that balance between killing the round, but not killing it too quickly and too slowly to get a penalty. And it's obviously just super annoying, because we're using a creepy idol to help stall. Maybe you could substitute creepy idol with something else, but I just think for the price, and Feed Me Pie agrees, that there's not really much that we can do for the cost efficiency of it, okay? We just need to get a little bit lucky. Now, this is an important round. Round 35, we're going to sell the turrets and the dart, and we're going to get rid of any debt in the bank. So we're going to collect, deposit, collect, etc. until we've got no more debt left. Then we're going to place a balloon trap down. Okay, do not retarget this balloon trap yet. You're going to wait until you can use the ability, and you need to be able to use the ability by these balloons right now. So use the rainbow balloons as a kind of benchmark, then deposit 2 big loads into the IMF loan, and you should have about 7,700 to 7,800 in debt. Now, okay, this is very important, and it's a kind of skill that you need to acquire with IMF loaning, which I would be a charlatan to say that I've got that skill. But basically, you need to remember the number 7,800. If you end up over depositing, say if you put 8,000 in, then you're going to lose $200 in the end, because from 7,800 or anything above that, it's going to accumulate up to 12,500 by round 39. So basically, any extra money depositing in past 7,800 is just going to get wasted. So you want to be as close to 7,800 as you can. And it doesn't matter if you're a little bit below it, okay? So that's why we did that little kind of setup with the NG right there. Now all it's going to be a case of doing is Balloon Trap Micro, which is, you know, this is the easiest part of it again. Just Balloon Trap Micro from the end of round 39 all the way up till the start of round 39. But what you need to do is, if you've not already saved your spike piles, you're going to have to deploy another one here right in front of Geraldo, and he should clear up them camos there, okay? Now, like I said, all we're going to do is proceed to keep saving. So we're just going to speed through round 38 with just a little bit of suboptimal balloon trap micro by me. As you can tell, I was fast forwarding it a little bit, more out of rage at the fact that I failed the previous run. So just take a little bit more care. Also, I'm sure there's better balloon trap placements than this, but this is a very kind of easy one. Also, yes, I do know I do need to disable my notifications for the future. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to home screen now and go and collect from this trap that's got one of them ceramics in it. It won't give us that much money, but this is the tricky bit right now. And also, this is where understanding how the debt scheme works in IMF kind of goes a little bit over my head here. But we've collected our trap. We've also collected from the IMF itself, which should be pretty much full, as close to 12,500 as you can. Now we're going to do a double discount village, and I'm going to place down a monkey buccaneer there, just so we can get the maximal military discount on it. And then I'm going to place 2 submarines that are also double discounted, okay? So I will have to say that you will need all monkey knowledge for this. I think at least the important ones, because it will be really tough without it, okay? Now what we need to do is, I don't know why I'm fiddling with the micro here. I was thinking, let me just put them on the most random ones and hope they do awful so I can stall a little. We're going to go and get Merchantman and upgrade these to 030 in anticipation, of course, for the fact that we're going to get first strikes. I've then bought the bottom cross path on the IMF. Then I've gone and used the IMF loan ability, upgraded the boat to favoured trades, and sold both discount villages. Now we've got the scary bit. So we need to keep a keen eye on this balloon trap, okay? Notice what I'm going to do here is, after this next balloon trap deploy, I believe it's when the bank is starting to get near about £87, then we go and sell the bank. Then we're going to go and retarget the balloon trap. Make sure to collect this one as soon as possible. Then sell, and then upgrade, and then hope that you're not too far off getting the second one. So this is actually really quite bad compared to my initial run, but that's okay. And then once you've got this first strike set up, now you need to get a totem down as quickly as possible and just hope. Okay, that's all I can say. You just need to hope that you can survive, all right. And I did actually sell the totem a little bit early there because I thought that the cooldown was less than what it was. So I kind of trolled myself there because I didn't have them fully up in time, okay. So as you can see, this will be a half insta-kill because there'll be about half a second delay. But I hope this has helped. Sorry that it's so confusing and that my commentary, I didn't want to divulge too much into the schematics behind IMF because obviously I'm not an expert in that field, but hopefully just seeing the video footage and having a little bit of commentary assisting you can help you. Please feel free to post any questions down below. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys soon.